Hey there, self-improvement junkies! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the wild world of personal motivation videos. The kind where it feels like your screen just turned into a drill sergeant demanding you drop and give 20. You know the type. Someone screaming at you as if missing your workout is the end of the world. I mean, really, if I wanted to be yelled at, I'd just call my mom and ask her about my choice of career. So, let's get into it. Who came up with the idea that yelling is the best way to get us moving? Maybe if we all had a drill sergeant in our living rooms, we'd be running marathons before breakfast. But for most of us, aggressive motivation is more like a personal stress test than actual encouragement. Let me give you an example. There I was on a Sunday morning, sipping my coffee and feeling pretty good about life. Then I turn on one of these motivational videos and bam! Out comes this guy screaming, "You're not trying hard enough. You need to push through the pain." And I'm like, I'm just trying to finish this cup of coffee without spilling it. It's like being told that if you don't run a marathon today, you're basically throwing your life away. Seriously, I'd rather spend my day learning to juggle flaming torches. At least that sounds fun. But here's the kicker: aggression might work for some people. You know, those few who get energized by being yelled at and somehow find joy in suffering. But for the rest of us, it's like trying to start a fire by rubbing two wet noodles together. Nothing's happening except frustration. So, what's the better way? Let's chat about some alternatives that don't involve breaking your spirit, or your eardrums. Set realistic goals, start small. Remember that time you tried to make a souffle for the first time? It collapsed, right? Because you tried to cook like a Michelin star chef when you hadn't even mastered scrambled eggs. It's the same with motivation. Aim for achievable goals. Instead of planning to run a marathon next week, how about just a walk around the block? If you've got a dog, he'll appreciate it. If you don't, pretend your cat is cheering you on. Positive reinforcement. Give yourself a reward when you hit a goal. Did you get out of bed today? Gold star. If you manage to do something productive, treat yourself. Maybe not with an entire pizza, but a slice is a good start. Maybe even set up a reward system. If I finish this task, I get to watch one episode of my favorite show. And hey, if it's the whole season, that's even better. Find your why. Think about why you want to achieve your goals. Is it to feel healthier? To fit into those jeans that are gathering dust in the back of your closet? Or is it just to prove to yourself that you can? Whatever it is, keep that reason front and center. It's like having a GPS for your motivation. Keeps you on track without the constant recalculating from a pushy voice. Create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. If your friends are into motivational chants and personal pep talks, that's great. If not, find your tribe. It's like choosing between a rock concert and a chill acoustic set. Both can be awesome, but you need to pick the one that fits your mood. Embrace self-compassion. Life happens. Sometimes you miss a workout or eat that extra slice of cake. It's not the end of the world. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just dust yourself off and get back to it. Imagine if you were your own best friend. Would you berate them for having a lazy day? Probably not. So, why do it to yourself? And here's a little secret. Sometimes just reading some uplifting content can make a huge difference. It's like a warm hug for your brain. And everyone needs those. It's like finding a rare Pokemon in your backyard. It's unexpected, but incredibly rewarding. So, the next time you're tempted to dive into one of those aggressive motivational videos, remember that there are better ways to keep yourself motivated. You don't need to be yelled at to get things done. Try out these gentler, more realistic methods and see how much more enjoyable your journey can be. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, or at least a little entertaining, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep making content that makes you laugh and helps you live your best life. Thanks for watching. Remember, motivation doesn't have to come with a side of intimidation. Be kind to yourself, keep moving forward, and don't let anyone make you feel bad for wanting to take things at your own pace. Until next time, stay awesome, like, comment, and subscribe, because you know you want to.